Hey, today at Smarty Pants Kitchen, we're going to make sweet pan-roasted corn. Now, if you've never made pan-roasted corn inside, you may think, well, how hard can that be? And it's not hard, but in the Texas summers when it's too hot to go outside and grill, but we want that seasonal corn, we go to the cast iron skillet. So today I'm going to share with you a few tips that seem to make the corn a little bit sweeter, and we're going to make some pan-roasted corn, so stay tuned. One of the first things you'll need is really good quality corn, and sometimes they're not as sweet as we want them to be. The sweeter the better, right? So what I do is soak the corn in milk. And when you soak the corn in the milk, the sugars from the milk permeate those corn kernels and make the corn super sweet. That way you don't have to add sugar to anything. It's all natural sugars that are working together. So once you get your corn, then you would just marinate it in the fridge for maybe 20, 30 minutes. The key to part of this is that you want to work with a really dry corn. I don't want to have any moisture on it. Now you can make pan-fried corn with fresh corn, frozen corn, or canned corn. Of course, you'd have to drain it. But no matter how you do it, what type of corn you use, you're going to want to drain it really, really well. We want to try to get as much moisture out as we can. So that's one of the things that's really important because we're going to be working with high heat. So speaking of high heat, what I recommend you use is long tongs, because you want to stand back from the fire a little. I know it sounds scary, but it's really not. I haven't burnt the house down yet. Long tongs, a metal, and metal's important. Do not use plastic or silicone, and don't ask me how I know this. So I have many a burnt spatula. Use a metal, some type of a stainless steel spatula. I highly recommend a cast iron skillet that's seasoned. You can use a stainless steel skillet, but I do not recommend Teflon because we're going to be working with a relatively high dry heat, and I don't know what's going to happen to that Teflon coating. So we're going to get tongs, spatula, skillet. You're going to need something to put your skillet on, and you're also going to need some type of heavy duty pot holder. This pan's going to get hot, and when you go to pull it off, just a normal dish towel won't work. So try to get something that's really, really hot and sturdy. First things first, we're going to work with a dry skillet. So make sure your skillet's clean, there's no debris, no residue from anything else, and you want it seasoned well. And we're going to put that on the stove on medium-high heat. We're going to turn on the vent over the stove, and we're going to have our pot holder handy and our metal utensils, and we're going to put the corn in a single layer and keep moving it around until it roasts, and it might look burnt to some people, but that roasting is what makes it so flavorful. And once you do this with your summer corn, which is in season, you can freeze this and use it later in the fall and the winter for soups, stews, and believe it or not, it's even good on pizza. Start with a scorching hot dry skillet on medium-high heat. You might want to turn on your kitchen vent now. Put the corn cobs in the hot skillet and keep them moving constantly, flipping them around until they're all brown. In about 6 or 8 minutes, they'll be nice and roasted, and you can remove them from the pan and serve them with a little bit of butter. You can also apply this same dry heat method to loose corn kernels. Just place the kernels in a single layer in the hot pan and use a heavy-duty spatula to move them around. Make sure they're in a single layer, the pan's good and dry, the corn's good and dry, and in about 6 to 8 minutes, you'll begin to see the kernels brown. So there you have it. That's all there is to making pan-roasted corn inside when it's too hot to grill outside. Quick, easy, simple ingredients, high heat, the right tools, and you got this. Okay, we've finished up the corn, the pan-roasted corn, and you can see how beautiful and golden that is. And when you get ready to serve this, just put a little butter, salt, and pepper, and serve it with your favorite barbecue, grilled chicken. It goes with just about everything. And like I said earlier, it's also really good on pizza. One of the things I like to do with roasted corn is combine it with cream cheese and put in some green chilies and serve it as a dip. That's a really good summer dip. And I have that recipe on my website at smartypantskitchen.com, or I'll put the link in the comments below. So thanks for stopping by today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow me, and I'll see you in the kitchen.